Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Thank you for coming, or for clicking on the video. The Champions League first playoff stage is now done, and we had some bangers. Great games, great games. Okay, first, I think there's only one team to start with, right? Bodo Glimt. I mean, they are having a fantastic Champions League run right now. They beat Man City, they beat Atleti, and now they go and beat Inter, what, like 3-1 in the first leg, and then they go again and beat them again in the second leg. When they beat Man City, people might say, oh, they got a little lucky or whatever. They had one good game, something like that, right? People might be able to say that. But then they beat two other great teams. They beat Inter across two legs. Okay, they didn't just win the first leg, right? They what 3-1. That's more than just a win. That's a great game. And then they went on and kept attacking in the second. They didn't sit back and protect their lead. They went out and they counterattacked and they were playing free flowing football and scoring. This team is on an impeccable run, and I really hope to see them continue, right? Inter is a great team, semifinalists last year, and they went out there and just couldn't match Bodo Glimt. They couldn't match them. Bodo Glimt, maybe they will get out next round. Man City or Sporting, but they've already beat Man City, and if they get Sporting, based off how they've been playing recently, Bodo Glimt I think has a really big chance of winning that game. So that I wanted to talk about that first because that team has been on a absolute heater, and it's fantastic to see teams like that because it's so rare to see teams from the lower league come and just perform at this level in the Champions League. We typically see the same kind of range of teams from the top 5 leagues always in the round of 16, right? There's hardly any different teams in there, and now we have it, and it's excellent to see, and I love it so much. Next, the game that was absolutely, honestly, I think the second best game of this previous match that happened, which was the Dortmund game. Dortmund versus Atalanta. Dortmund went 2-0 in the first leg, and Atalanta come back and just crawl their way into the game. Scamacca scores 5 minutes, I think, into the game. He scores like that. Crazy to see how he went from West Ham to this. Obviously, I think he played in Atalanta before. But it just shows how a system can change a player. At West Ham, we didn't have the right system to fit him and his profile. He goes to Atalanta. They know exactly what to do with him. He fits the profile of what they need, and he's firing. And he gets the game undergoing. He gets the game started. He kickstarts the comeback, right? And it was incredible. Let me just look to confirm the score. Yeah, 4-1. It was a home game. I understand teams perform better in a home game, but 4-1. Dortmund get a red card in the game, which definitely adds to it. But I was watching that game, and Dortmund, they just didn't know what to do. I love Dortmund. I really do. I went to one of their games when they came to the U.S. against Chelsea. I love the team. I love Adeyemi. But they just couldn't do it. They really couldn't. Atalanta came in and just outplayed them. It's almost as if they never thought they weren't going to win. You know what I mean? Obviously, that Scamacca goal at the first was probably really, really big boost of confidence. But they were just playing. They were playing like, obviously they played because they needed to win, right? They had we got to win, we got to win, we got to win. But it was almost as if they didn't think they couldn't. And it's that kind of mentality that pushes you over these bigger teams like Dortmund. Now, Dortmund this season hasn't been the greatest, but they're still a good team. Kobo, Adeyemi, Job has been doing good. I can't remember everyone. Garassi. He's one of the top goal scorers of the tournament so far, and he just got out. But he's a great striker, right? These are still good players at a good team. Yeah, they haven't been performing as well, but it's still a hard team to beat nevertheless. And Atalanta just did what they do best and went out there and killed them. Like, to be honest, there's nothing else to say. They killed them. That was one of the best games to watch because it's just like, oh my god, like I can't believe they're making this incredible comeback. And also that head injury was so nasty. Like that red card, deserved, obviously. It's just unlucky because he couldn't really see behind him. He obviously knew there was someone there and he needed to get the ball away, but there's no way he could have known like that he was right there and his head was gonna get hit by the. So that's unfortunate. I hope the player gets better. I didn't quite see if he got subbed off or not, but I did see he was kind of bleeding from the head a little bit. So I hope he's okay. But that was a crazy game. Now the reason I said that was the second best game is because this one game that happened was just absolutely incredible. Juventus versus Galatasaray. That game just had me, like, I was holding my breath at moments because, like, no way this is going to happen. Like, this is going to be crazy. Another comeback, right? Another comeback. Atalanta made the comeback, the Remontada, and I was like, oh my god, what a great game. And then I go see literally the game right after, and Juventus is about to do the same thing, and I was like, bro, there's no way two teams are about to do this, and it's going to be an awesome night. Juventus didn't, but they came so close. And realistically, when I was watching that game, I mean, there was times where Juventus could have easily have taken the lead. Like, I don't remember the player's name exactly off the top of my head. Open net. I mean, the goalkeeper was diving the other way already, and he just put it too far wide on the other side. I mean, you could see Weston McKennie's face just like, bro, like, come on. And that was like towards the later stages of the game, so that would have been a big decider. But, I mean, Galatasaray, they win 5-2 the first leg. Juventus get a red card. They're down to 10 men. And now that person can't play in the next stage. Or the next leg. But Juventus doesn't care. They came in and they went 3 up. And they had it drawn. But, Galatasaray is just one of those forces. Especially how they're playing right now. You can't just say they're done. I mean, obviously the game was close. The game was a really close game. But it just goes to show the class of Victor Osimhen. That final goal to nail it in the coffin, he was so cool under pressure. It's like he wasn't even under pressure. This was an extra time. I think like the 105th minute. I don't know. I probably could be wrong. But in the 100th-ish minute, he received that ball. Such a calm touch in the box. I mean, he receives it. He acts like he has all the time in the world. Takes a touch, sets himself up, and just puts it in. And it's like, it's one of those moments where it's like that player, he felt no pressure. And that's just crazy to see to me. Because if I'm in that position, I'm like, dang, like this is it. I gotta put it away. I mean, like the Juventus player had the open goal. Missed. Pressure is probably so much to do with that, right? Osimhen didn't let him affect them. And Galatasaray were able to keep their lead and close out the game. And it was insane. Honestly, I did think Galatasaray was going to lose. I'm not even going to lie. I thought they were going to lose. Juventus was just constantly putting on this pressure. It was cross after cross, pass after pass. But they just did excellent to defend. And those counterattacks is what did it for them. And Victor Osimhen is just constantly cementing himself as an excellent striker. Not world class, but an excellent striker. Right, and he's showing why he was a top man for Galatasaray. And he is the top man for Galatasaray. And I don't see why not. Or, like, why Galatasaray cannot go on. Hold on, let me see who they're going to potentially be playing against. Liverpool or Tottenham? Yes, Liverpool or Tottenham. Yeah. Liverpool or Tottenham. Is that right? Yeah, Liverpool or Tottenham. Galatasaray beats Tottenham. 100% they beat Tottenham. And if they're playing how they played against Juve in the first leg, and I will say the second leg, because they had the resistance, they had the mentality, like, they didn't completely fold, right? They still kept like, we got to win this, we got this, we're not out yet. And obviously it shows through the Victor Osimhen goal. They can beat Liverpool with that. They can beat Liverpool with that mentality and with their squad. Liverpool has not been on a great run recently. I don't see why Galatasaray can't get out of the round of 16 and continue to make their run in the UCL. I honestly think they will. The next games, which were not as crazy, I'm just going to run over them real quick. Newcastle and the Leverkusen games. Newcastle were obviously going to run away with that. I mean, what they did in that first leg, Anthony Gordon. I mean, what a player. You could say, but look at the team he's going against. It does not matter. That is just a spectacular performance. 4 goals in 1/2. I mean, he's a great player. He's a great player. And it's these kind of performances and watching him play that makes me think he might even get a spot in the World Cup with the England squad. I think he's already made a few appearances with them. I'm not too sure if he's a regular with them yet. I'm not too sure. If he keeps this up, I mean, it shows why he needs to be there, right? But that game was okay. You kind of knew what was going to happen. It was a close game, 3-2. But, Newcastle had such a big lead. It was so hard for the other team to come back. I can't even really pronounce the name. Quarbag? I don't know. My bad if you're from there. Then the Leverkusen game, 0-0 against Olympiacos. Again, I didn't watch that game, so I can't really say if it was really interesting or boring. Leverkusen just finishing the business, right? Winning 2-0 the first leg. Do I see Leverkusen realistically going past this round, the next round of 16? Let's see who they're playing against. They're playing against either Bayern. No, they're not. I'm sorry, they're not. Either Bayern or Arsenal. I think this will be the last game, or the last round that they've advanced from, and they're out of the round of 16. I will make a more in-depth prediction video once those draws come out, but as of now, I don't see them really coming out of this. But good win for them nonetheless, right? Across the 2 games. Atletico Madrid versus Club Brugge. 4-1, very, very comfortable for Atleti. I mean, the first game was a lot closer, 3-3, and going into this game, you thought this is going to be a game to watch. This is going to be one of those games where it's like, I don't know what can happen. I think many people expected Atleti to win. You had Lookman coming into the team and just performing, right? Instant goal for the UCL. But you can't count out Club Brugge. But Atleti came and they just outplayed Club Brugge. 4-1. Very comfortable for them. I mean, at a certain stage, you got to think they knew they were going to win, right? At a certain stage, you just got to think they knew. Which is good for them. I like Atleti. Sometimes they do play some haram football. Probably a lot of the times. But, I mean, I like some of their players, so I'm happy for them. I also like their old Spider-Man kit, which is great. Sorry if I keep looking here. I just like making sure I'm getting this information right. Sorloth had a hat-trick that game? I did not know that. I love Sorloth. That's like one of the main reasons I like Atleti, or like have like okay, they're kind of cool kind of thing, is because of Sorloth. Sorloth was my FIFA legend, my FIFA hero, like in FIFA 24. That guy was crazy for me. I used his gold card for so much of the year. I think it was 24 when we got Evos. It could be the wrong FIFA. I don't know, but I remember Evoing him to make him even better, and I love that guy. So good to see he had a good game. And then let's see. I think that's all, and there's only one more game to cover, which was another big game that people were gonna. Oh no, there's 2 more games. We'll cover PSG first. PSG Monaco Ligue 1 game. So it almost felt like nothing really crazy special, but Monaco put up a good fight. I mean, they put up a really good fight. PSG, obviously, are defending champions. They have their Ballon d'Or winner on their team. This leg, though, this 2 games just didn't really feel like it. I mean, they went out, they won the game. I'm not saying Monaco's a bad team; they're a good team, but even in the Ligue 1, PSG's not first. I think they're like second. They don't feel like the team that they were last year. Players aren't performing as well as they were last year. Competition obviously could be getting better, but you look at that team, you look at, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, João Neves, and Vitinha, Marquinhos. This is, I mean, they won the UCL last year. This is one of the best teams in the world. And it just didn't seem like it over these 2 legs. Will they get better? Of course they'll get better. They're that team. Who are they potentially going against? Let's see right now. Barca or Chelsea. They can beat Chelsea. Can it be Barca? I don't know. If they're playing how they're playing right now, I don't think so. Barca is an amazing team. There's no doubt about that. PSG is meant to be an amazing team. But there is doubt because of just their recent form. You know what I mean? If they get Chelsea, I think they win. If they get Barca, it's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a struggle game. But they did enough for now. I think just enough for now. And that's what's important for them. And they really need to look to improve on what they're doing wrong. Because this team should be doing a lot better. Now, finally, the game that kind of had all the headlines. Real Madrid versus Benfica. We all know what happened the first leg. It's terrible to see. Racism has no part in our game. And I'm glad UEFA banned the player for this game. Should there be more done? There should be more done. One game ban isn't enough. I don't think he's learned his lesson. Oh, I got banned for one game. Oh, my team's out of Champions League. That sucks, whatever. There was no real repercussions. UEFA should be doing more. Racism should be out of our game. And Vinny should never have to experience things like that. No one should have to experience things like that. And to say, oh, it happens all the time, it happens to him all the time, that's not something you get used to. Racism is not something that after a while you just become okay with. It can't be something like that. You cannot let racism become something like that where you get used to. It's bad, it's toxic, and it needs to be out of our game. And I think a one-match suspension is nowhere near enough. That's my 2 cents on that form, that area of the game. For Real Madrid come out in the Bernabeu, and I feel like there was almost no, there was no idea that they weren't going to win. They're a struggling team injury-wise. Mbappe was out for this game, which was big. And when I saw that and that he wasn't on team sheet, I thought, okay, that thought of like, of course they're going to win kind of went down a little bit. But they still have excellent players. But Bellingham, I feel like, isn't firing like he used to. Vinny is the star man of the team right now, and he's firing. He is firing. That guy is putting up goals and assists like nothing. And he is an excellent player. And he scored. But you just can't rely on one man to get all those goals. It has to be and you look at Real Madrid, this team should be playing a little better. Trent wasn't putting in the best passes. Bellingham hasn't been putting the best passes in as well. And you have too many running around, working that midfield as best as he can. But again, I feel like I was watching that game and too many was doing so much of the work. Getting the ball deep, trying to carry it up. Bellingham would get it lost. Trent would misplace a pass. Vinny would try and work his magic, but it doesn't work every single time. This team needs to, obviously it's the injuries. They have a lot of injuries. Their defense is a little bit in shambles. Courtois made fantastic saves. But this team needs to be doing better. They need to be more of a team. You can't just give the ball to Vinny and hope he does something magical. Will he do it? Maybe 1 out of 5 times, 100%. But it's not every time. And it's not a reliable, sustainable practice. This team needs to be doing better. They're Real Madrid. They are Mr. Champions League. That team, you think of Champions League, you think of Real Madrid. And they just, I feel like, aren't currently really fully living up to the standard. Sorry, I knocked my mic. They aren't fully living up to the standards. And they need to be doing a little better. Like I said, I acknowledge the injuries. I acknowledge they don't really have the full team. They did enough to win. Will they get past the next round? Who are they going against? Sporting or Man City? They can be Sporting, but Man City will give them a rough time. If they get Man City, I would favor Man City to win that game. Because Real Madrid is just not currently good enough. Which is crazy to say based off all the players they have, but that's just what the truth is right now. But that was all a recap of the games. Let me know what you think. Was there one game where you were like, that game was crazy, this moment was insane? Let me know. I really enjoyed watching these games. Finding time for it, it could be hard with now I'm taking classes, I'm at university. but when I can, I watch any game I can. And I feel like the games, I literally watched, I think, the two best games, which was the Inter game and the Dortmund game. And I was like, not Inter game, sorry. The Dortmund game and the Juve game. And I was like, I feel like I got so lucky picking the best games. Well, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Please like and subscribe if you can. I really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in a bit. Thanks.